Ime, what were your general thoughts on how that went?
Solid overall. Start to finish, other than that lull in the third. It's reflected on our offense. Really, I felt we were still playing pretty good defensively. They only scored 25, but we only scored 22. And the message to the guys were, how are we going to take that next step in our growth and keep our foot on the gas when we have a team down. And I don't think it was anything they did. It's more so us, our offense, aiding them in that feeling their offense on the other end, just staying consistent with what got us the lead. I told them, don't get bored with what's made us successful. So that's really, other than that third quarter lull, I felt it was pretty solid start to finish. Both teams a little depleted, but you got to play with what you have.
How much of a boost in turning things around was Rob there with his energy, creating some turnovers and getting out in the break?
Yeah, it was great. He made probably 3 or 4 plays in the fourth quarter that really, saved the lead from declining even more. Rough start initially with some turnovers and things of that nature, but he was pretty gassed early. I think the days off got to him more than anything with his win. But to have 21, 11, and 7, some of the passes he made is, what we want to see from him going forward. And so he was huge. Obviously, numbers show it, but his impact in other ways as well.
And how much of a boost did the crowd give you to give Joe a shot there at the end? And what was it like to see him make that play?
Well, I mean, I heard him obviously, and I would have liked to get him in sooner, except the lead got down to about 12 or so. But that was a plan to get those guys some run if possible, and happened a little later than we'd like. But the thing he joked in the locker room, he said if I get him on that hip, they're done, they're dead. So we know what he is. Everybody said it as they walked in. Joe's a bucket. That's what he is, and he's always been, and so that's not going to change.
Thank you.
Happy for him.
Go to a quick Zoom call with John Corrales, Coach.
Hey, Ime, you normally go with Dennis in the starting lineup. Today, when somebody's out, and today you went with Romeo. What went into that decision?
Cleveland's a team that's played extremely big this year. I think they changed their lineup pretty late, so we had already had ours in. But traditionally, whether it's Jared Allen and Mobley or being Kevin Love and Markkanen, we knew they were going to play big with Wade at the 3 and some big wings, so we want bigger size there, and just to honestly get him back in the role that he's played most of the year when we have everybody whole, obviously coming off the bench and doing what he did there. But it was more reaction to what they usually do, bigger lineup, and then they flipped it late and had Rubio and Garland starting. But either way, we're comfortable with both. He started at times and then obviously comes off the bench, and we want more size with Romeo in there.
This was one of Rob's better assist games. Just how much are you seeing him grow as a passer with everything you're trying to do?
Yeah, I think he's better than I knew coming in, and I saw that early in training camp. It's an area that I think is underestimated for him. So, it depends on what we play out of more so than the fact that he's really grown in that area. I think I was surprised more than the other people here when I got here how well he passes the ball. So I looked at it like Al could initiate some offense from up top and didn't realize how good of a passer he is. And tonight, he threaded the needle on a few, and it comes down to guys making shots. So, sometimes he'll make those same passes and we miss the shot, but he still has that vision and can do a lot of things out there.
What was your impression? Jaylen seemed to just kind of have it all together tonight. What was your impression of him, and how do you think he's looking physically?
Physically, he's good. I've said that from day one. He had more explosiveness and bounce in his step than the first time he came back. And tonight was, taking advantage of their coverage. They had some big guys on him. They started marking in. So we knew if we put him in some pick and rolls, he may not be comfortable navigating those screens. And then Fall being so far back, if we just got good screens, he could walk into the shots he wanted, and he came out hitting. So took advantage of their coverage. Buddy's looked good since he's been back to me, shooting the ball extremely well, attacking aggressively and having that explosion. That's different from the first time he came back.
What's been your impression? You're almost through this December kind of death march. What's been your impression of how you guys have played?
Other than the West Coast trip, I'd say, other than those last 3 games in the West Coast trip, I feel we played okay. Didn't play a great first quarter that stood out against Golden State, but fought our way back in the game. And then obviously a disappointing finish the other night. But I never really looked at the record and how tough it was at the teams. I feel if we play the way we can and we're capable of, regardless of who's in or out, I feel we have a chance to win every night. And so when we do that, we're in good shape. And then just trying to avoid those lulls. That's the next thing for us to continue to push when we have a lead, not let teams get back in it. But it's more so, like I've mentioned, us and what we're focused on than the opponent. And I think every night we have a good chance if we play the correct way.
Wrap it up right there. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.